Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we're going to do a little tutorial on applying filters in Photoshop. Now, this isn't necessarily the rule all of the time, but today we want to make sure that if we're going to be playing with filters that we are working in 8-bit RGB mode. If I'm not, to change that, I want to go Image, Mode, RGB, and 8-bit. Remember that if I get a window coming up asking if I want to flatten my layers or merge my layers, I always want to say no. If I do, it's going to squish down all of my work into one single layer and I won't be able to move things independently anymore. So once you're sure that you have changed your image mode to RGB and 8-bit, we can move on. First, pick the layer that you want to affect. In my case, I want to affect this fancy green background. Then go to the Filter menu and click Filter Gallery. Now, of course, there's other ways to do this, but I like the Filter Gallery because it lets me play around with a variety of different effects quickly without having to undo effects and retry. One thing to note about the Filter Gallery is that it always wants to show you a 1-to-1 sort of pixel ratio. So we're always going to start by holding down Control and pressing minus to zoom out so we can see all the whole document. Next, we're going to find an effect that we like, and we're going to apply it to the image. To do that, we just find the effect that we like in the list and click, and there it is. That's a little boring. Let's find something that's a little more obvious. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Sponge works for me. Now, once I've picked the filter that I want to use, I can go through here and I can fine-tune my settings. I can change my brush size. I can change the definition, it calls it, right? And a lot of this is just trial and error. Until you have a chance to figure out what exactly you like, you really do just have to play. You'll also note that there's a whole variety of different presets generally that will come up, and that every single filter will have a different set of parameters that can be changed, okay? Something else that's pretty neat is that once you've found one effect that you enjoy, if you want to stack effects, before clicking OK and having to add another effect, you can just click this new effect layer button. It looks like a little page with the corner curled up. And what it does is it adds a whole other layer into your effect stack. I can now change this and effectively add a second layer, a second effect to the stack before I apply it to my master image. So let's find something that works here. Cutout. Ooh, interesting. Or dry brush. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Pump my texture up a little bit. Brush size, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Now you'll notice that I can, just like in the layers in Photoshop, I can click this eye to turn that effect on and off and to get a little preview of what it's going to look like. Once I'm happy with the effect that I have, I can click OK, and Photoshop will commit that effect to the document that I'm working on. So there we are. I now have a circuit board layer that has been affected, and I'm ready to work on any other elements that I care to mess with in this document. That's all for this video. See you next time.